Hello everyone, I'm Andy Knight, Principal Architect at Cycle Labs, and I'm excited to announce the release of Cycle 2.16. In this release, we continue to build out our new API testing features. Now, you can test requests directly from the API editor. This gives you immediate feedback on your API specs, so you don't need to run an entire feature file just to make sure an API call is right. Let's take a quick look at this enhanced editor. Here is a Cycle project with the requests folder that contains a few .api files. Each API file contains a full request specification that can be called from feature files. Starting with Cycle 2.16, the API file editor now has a Save and Test button near the top right. Clicking this button will save the contents of the file and send the API request directly from the editor. Before clicking this button though, we need to set any variables that this request might have. Variables enable testers to parameterize API requests so that scenarios and feature files can call APIs with different values. When calling APIs from the editor, we need to set values for those variables under the sample API data table. That way, we can send the request repeatedly without needing to re-enter the values each time. Don't worry if you need to enter sensitive data here. The editor won't save these values to the API file. When we click the Save and Test button, the editor will call the request with these values and it will display the results in the API output view. The output includes the duration time, the response to status code, the body, and even all of the headers. We can test any API requests directly from this editor. I like to test my requests in isolation from my feature files so that I can get faster feedback for faster development. It's a great way to debug API requests because we all know how tricky they can be. By the way, we also added the ability to write plain text bodies. That way, you can add whatever you want to a request. API testing is better than ever with Cycle 2.16. If you want to see example code for API tests in Cycle, simply create a new project with our latest release, and the app will generate sample API specs for you. You can also check out our example repository for API steps on GitHub at github.com/cycle-labs/API-steps-example. Cycle 2.16 includes a few small bug fixes in addition to the new API testing features. Be sure to read the release notes for full details. We are also working diligently on some exciting new features that I can't wait to share in future releases. So until then, be sure to update to Cycle 2.16 soon. Thank you.